my channel. I hope you guys are keeping well during these very, very difficult times. I had planned to have some friends over, and obviously because of the lockdown, that's now impossible to do and it's not the safest thing to do. So while I was looking through my refrigerator, I found this piece of Jarlsberg. And as you can imagine, our trips out are very limited at this moment. Supply of foods is not as it used to be, and I hate wasting anyways. So I decided that I am going to try and smoke this piece of cheese. This is Jarlsberg. It's fairly mild. It's quite a sturdy cheese. And I thought, why not? I did a survey on my Instagram page and I asked you which flavor you would like, hickory, oak or applewood. And applewood was ahead by a country mile. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to uncover our smoker. So you have the lid, you have a rack, you have a drip tray, and then the receptacle. In this receptacle, we are going to place just 1 tablespoon of wood chip. So I'm gonna put that at the bottom. While I was doing my research, one of the things that struck me, and that's why this is an experiment, is that the recipes that I found wanted you to do, well, led you to cold smoking. Obviously, if you're smoking at a very high temperature, you run the risk of your cheese melting. So one of the things that I saw over and over again was that people would place the wood chips, and then they would place the drip tray on top of the wood chips full of ice, and then you put your cheese on top and close your smoker and get smoking. So I'm gonna try to do it that way. This might fail, but I think it's worth a try. At the end of the day, the worst that could happen is that I'm gonna have melted cheese. I can still use it, I can still eat it, and it'll have a smoky flavor. So what I'm going to do now is fill my tray with ice, and we'll reassemble our smoker and see what happens. I am hoping to smoke it for about 30 to 45 minutes. I'm thinking that in order to sort of control the temperature a bit, I might be able to get the pellets smoking, and once the smoke has started, I can turn off my hob and just let the smoke infuse the cheese. Let's give it a try, and if not, then we'll do it again and see what happens. So here we are. I'm gonna put ice on my tray. I'm going to fill it up. If you're doing more cheese, or in some of my research, some people would say that you needed to refill the tray every hour. The only concern I have with that is that then I would have to uncover the cheese where all the smoke is concentrated, and then it would sort of dilute the whole project. So I'm gonna try to do it for less time, and I'm just going to leave it in there. So here's the tray on top of the ice, perfect. And then we're just gonna place our cheese. I'm going to put this on my stovetop and get the fire starting. And I'm gonna put it in one of these big burners that has one big powerful burner in the middle, and get it started there. I'm going to put my fan on. I'm gonna turn this on. Here we go. And I'm now gonna cover it. But I'm gonna leave a tiny bit open so that I can see when the smoke starts going around, and lower the flame, maybe leave it for about 5 minutes, and then maybe turn it completely off. Let's see how that works. go. I just left a little bit open so that I can see the smoke coming, and then I'll just make sure that I cover it completely. I can now see some wisps of smoke coming out. I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes. It's only been like a minute or two. I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes until all of it starts getting a bit more vigorous, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so what's happened is, I thought I saw some wisps of smoke, and maybe I have, but what's happening is that the cheese is melting. So I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna take out the tray of ice, and I'm gonna get the chips coming again. Once they're smoking, I'll put the tray back in and the cheese, turn it off and cover it. And let's see how that goes. Okay, here we go again. I've just added a tiny bit, about half a tablespoon of Applewood chips in. And then let's see what happens. I'm not gonna put it on as vigorously as I did last time. Just the center burner, just to get the middle here. And let's see what happens. In the meantime, let me get my tray ready with ice. There's the smoke. There's the smoke coming up. All right. Let's put the tray. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to really lower that flame. Get those chips moving. That's much better. We're learning together. Let's see how this goes. I think that's good. There's the ice, the cheese. Let's put the lid on. There you go. So I'm gonna leave it for a couple of minutes with the fire, the heat a little bit higher. And then I am going to turn it off and leave it. And I'm going to leave it for about half an hour and see what the result is. So I am now removing my tray with ice. I have to do it evenly. There we go. And then I'm going to turn the top back on so that I can get the smoke going again. I'm gonna do it this way, just because it makes it easier for me to be able to put everything back in together. As soon as the smoke gets nice and plentiful, I will get the tray back in. As you can see, it doesn't take that long. Got a little bit of water there. There's still smoke coming. Making sure that we still on, because I want to keep, and then I'm going to put this back on and turn it off. And that smoke that has been created will, you know, infuse the cheese with the flavor of the wood. Hi guys, this is day 2 of cheese smoking. So this is the day after I did the smoking of the Jarlsberg. And what I had to do is I had to, as you saw, I rigged a tray, the smoking tray with the pellets, the smoke pellets. I got them to smoke, placed a drip tray with ice on top, a rack, and then the cheese, and then covered it, and then turned off the fire. I had to do that at 30-minute intervals for about 3.5 hours. I thought that would be appropriate. So once that finished, I took the cheese out, and I have wrapped it in greaseproof paper, and I'm gonna leave it there for about 2 to 3 days so the flavors mellow, and instead of having that really harsh smoky taste, it'll mellow and hopefully it'll absorb into the cheese. I shall let you know how it turns out and we'll try it together. Okay guys, so here we go. This is our last check. I've had my cheese in the refrigerator for 2 days. So let's see. I must say that the consistency has gotten harder, it's gotten a bit drier. The color has gotten a bit darker, bordering on a bit brown here on the edges. So let's see what the consistency is. Yeah, the consistency is a little bit firmer, but nothing, it hasn't, so it's less, yeah, it hasn't changed that much. Smells like applewood. Oh yes, that is gorgeous. It has kept the integrity of the Jarlsberg, so you have the flavor of the Jarlsberg, but you have that hint and that lingering smokiness in your mouth. I think overall it was a very good experiment. I'm glad I tried it. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and come back and visit me. If you have any comments or any advice or any recommendation, or you guys have done it in a different way, please let us know in the comment below. I would love to know what your experience is. Thank you so much and see you soon.